Foxglove friends, welcome to today's reading. I am Rosalind and this is Foxglove Coaching Spiritual Guidance. So today we are looking at what do you need to hear right now. We have got 3 options today and all the timestamps are in the description as usual. So just take some nice deep breaths and take your time to see which one is standing out to you. We've got the 6 of Cups for pile 1. We've got the 7 of Wands for pile 2. And we've got the 5 of Wands for pile 3. So just take time to pick which one you want and then pop onto the timestamps and I will see you in your reading. Hello pile 1 and welcome to today's reading. You have chosen the 6 of Cups and this is the Pixie's Parasol, and interestingly I just found one of these mushrooms the other day. They tend to grow in stately home environments, so if there's a big estate, because the ground is managed in a different way, and you can cook them and eat them, but always check. Don't rely on me for that. I'm not an expert. The 6 of Cups tends to be about nostalgia, about feeling into things from the past that make you feel warm and fuzzy, is what I'm going to say, Foxglove friends. That makes you remember who you are, who you were, and kind of takes you into a lovely, lovely feeling of what once was, what once was in existence, and maybe elements of you that you've forgotten. So you might be dreaming about people from the past, or it may just be time for you to play some music from when you were younger that really makes you feel alive and like you enjoy life. Let's have a look at more details. So I'm going to put that there. The 6 of Cups can also be representative of soulmates. So we'll see what comes up for you. So what does pile 1 need to hear right now, please, Spirit? So let's have a look. Oh, we've got Justice, Old Man of the Woods, that's one's called. Oh, we've got the Sun. Oh, this is nice. We've got the 8 of Swords, okay. The 6 of Wands. Let's get a couple of these ones. Goblins. Oops. Let's put that there. Okay, one more. Protecting treasure in reverse. So it's very clear that you've either got worries, anxieties or concerns, or feeling like things maybe aren't going the way you want them to. Part of what you need to hear now is there is justice. What you've been working towards, there's positive, whatever it is that's coming up, there are positive elements to this. So don't despair too much. I can see with the 8 of Swords, there's kind of an element of that's feeling trapped, like you don't know which direction to go in. The goblins can all be about those anxieties that get in your head, almost like sometimes imposter syndrome, where you forget all the things that you're great at and all the things that you've done well at and go, I don't know who I am and I don't know if I can do this. There's those emotions there, or feeling like you're not good enough, or self-esteem issues. Like sometimes we can plummet into feeling stressed and anxious and worried about things. So the 6 of Wands it's like the bit of public recognition, whether you've had recognition from other people about a job or something that you're doing where you've been seen and you've been appreciated, and or maybe it's a birthday, there's some sort of celebration going on around you or a person, mainly around you, I feel is the case, in which got this is very interesting here. I can see that there's anxiety. So maybe if you've been successful in some sort of way, you're afraid to stand in the spotlight, afraid to be seen, afraid that you're not going to be good enough, that because it seems like something good has happened for you that has been due to happen for a while, that you've got what you actually deserve in life, Foxglove friends. Now, whether this is, well, I'm not even going to suggest what it is, but it feels like you've got something that you deserve. But this protecting treasure in reverse is questioning lots of different elements. I love the fact there's mushrooms on that card as well, and we're using the mushroom cards. It's asking, are you giving your loyalty too easily to those who haven't earned it? There's also, it's showing like there's a vulnerability born out of fear. Now, as we've got 2 fear cards here, it suggests that, this is obviously an issue for you and you're afraid to be seen. We'll get you some advice in a minute, Foxglove friends. Just consider what you're giving up for the price of security, might be a certain element, but also assess, how are you compromising yourself in this situation? How are you squashing yourself, or how are the fears or the issues going on around you compromising you? It could be to do with a relationship, in the sense that you're just giving too much, and that you just that you're not mattering enough somehow. So just take what resonates. This is very much about, if somebody's nice to you, it doesn't mean you should give them the world. So if somebody's being, well, I'm going to say the whole breadcrumb scenario, just consider that if somebody's giving you a bit of something and you're like, oh yeah, I love that bit that they're giving me, however that is, it doesn't mean that you have to give them your entire self, your entire world, everything that you are and everything that you've got, because of that little bit that they give to you. Know your self-value, know your self-worth. You maybe feel like you've got something that you really, really wanted, and you thought that your time had come to receive this, but just be careful about how much you're giving for the sake of your own fears and insecurities. Just take what resonates and leave behind what doesn't, Foxglove friends. But part of, I think, what you maybe need to hear right now is, remember who you are. Remember your value. The fact that these ones come from stately homes, which are very much about, being something, being someone. You may have something coming up where there's recognition, or you're going to be seen, or maybe you've got a new job, or maybe you've got, like I say, some sort of celebration coming up that is important as part of this reading. But just beware that you need to remember the value of who you are, and not give all of yourself away to achieve the breadcrumb situation. I'm going to stop repeating myself, and I'm going to get you some advice, Foxglove friends. So, Spirit, can I have some advice, please, for pile 1? Okay, interesting. So it says you created this situation and you have the power to change it. The prayer as part of this, if you want to, if you believe in Archangel Michael, these are the Archangel Michael cards. So you can say to Archangel Michael, thank you for letting me lean on your strength and for reminding me of my personal power. Please guide me to manifest and heal according to divine will, creating peace and blessings for everyone involved. Yeah, so this might be where you've squashed yourself a bit, and now it's time for you to step out of any kind of sense of lack, any sense of victimhood, to empower yourself to be everything that's great. You might need to look back at anything that's happened through your past that where this is a pattern, either if it stems from childhood, where you've maybe felt like a victim somehow with things that have happened in your younger years, so that you can heal and clear that. Let me get you some more advice cards. Spirit, what else does Pile 1 need to know, please? Oh, okay, so this is the actual story of how these cards came together, and I leave this in here because I think it's really helpful to understand what is your story, Pile 1, and this is maybe why you need to be looking back. Who are you? Where have you been? How have you developed? What have you been through? What have you achieved? You know, allowing yourself to remember everything that's happened either in this scenario, if this is with a relationship or whatever scenario it is, kind of consider what has been and what's been going on and what is the reality of this situation, but also what is your story and what do you want your story to be, because it seems at the minute that this isn't enough. It seems like you're sacrificing quite a lot because of the dream of what you thought this was, Foxglove friends. Let me get you another advice card. Okay, so the next card we've got advice wise is keep showing up in love. Now that's for yourself as much as anybody else, but just keep going back to the consideration of stepping away from the fears. Sorry, Luna Bark, then I had to stop that. Right, so yourself in particular is what I want to say, so that you step away from these fears. Have love and compassion for yourself, have love and compassion for the people around you, but know that you are of value and that you are a special, unique being. So if you've got all these worries and concerns going around in your head about who you are and insecurities and things, or you're feeling trapped, or like you just don't know how to progress because fear is holding you in place, love yourself better, Pile 1. By remembering who you are, who you were when you were a child, all the ancestors that you've got in spirit. Just allow that to support you and to make you feel whole, and try to ground yourself in a recognition that you are just as important as anybody else on this planet, and your happiness and your love is of value. Foxglove friend, I'm going to get you one more card. Spirit, can I have one more card for pile 1, please? Yeah, so we're back here again to the same thing then, really, living from the heart. So if you're in your headspace, so that often is where the anxiety comes from. We get in our head, we start to analyse things, we start to maybe judge ourselves or other people or what's going on. Take some nice deep breaths. Focus on your hands is what you can do. If you just sit for a moment, close your eyes, take some really deep breaths very slowly in and out, and focus on your hands, and then focus on your heart space. So just feel the love in your heart, feel into that space where your heart is, and it'll get you out of your head, because it's this bit here where we're in our head, about feeling fearful about whether we're good enough, whether we can do what we've been, what's been sent to us. If you have had some opportunity presented to you in which you need to show up and shine, um, make sure that you are in your heart space rather than your head space, so that the fear doesn't override the wonderful experience that you're going to go through. Thank you for watching, Foxglove friends. If you did like this, please click like and subscribe, and I'll see you again in another reading. Bye bye. Hello, Pal 2. Welcome to today's reading. You have chosen the Seven of Wands, Eternal Light Mushroom. Now, this is a beautiful card because it shows that even if people are criticising you, or if people aren't understanding what you're doing in life, or it seems like you're on a mission that nobody gets, keep showing up. Keep showing up and shining is what this card shows. It might be about needing to stand up for somebody who isn't as confident to stand up for themselves, trying to support someone in a way to encourage them to be shining brightly. Right, I'm going to put that to the side, and we will see how that plays out in the reading today. And let's get some more details. So, Spirit, please can you tell us, what does Pal 2 need to know right now? What does Pal 2 need to know right now? So we have got the Chariot, we have got the Page of Swords, we have got the King of Pentacles, the Two of Swords. Very interesting. Let me get you a different card. We have got Stormfields, and Heal the Ouch in reverse. So I'm going to put those there. So I can see that there's quite a lot going on in the headspace. So the swords are very much about thinking, trying to make a decision about what direction to go in or what to do, or trying to understand how to keep diligently working towards something to drive it in the right direction, so that you can actually come out positively. But there may be a bumpy road involved in there, Foxglove friend, a bumpy road in which it's not as going quite as smoothly as you expected. But anybody who's successful has to keep falling down and getting up, and falling down and getting up, to just keep plodding on and ploughing on. And this is what the Seven of Wands is about. It's about keep on shining brightly, keep persevering, having that diligence to keep trying to drive things in the right direction. So, interestingly, the Heal the Ouch in reverse is very much about forgiving yourself. It can be about forgiving others, but I feel in this circumstance it's about forgiving yourself for what hasn't worked in the way you've expected it to. being able to admit your weaknesses, if you like, or where you feel your imperfections are, being able to there's something as well about shamanic energies sometimes around this card, as the wise elder who is willing to go into the shadows to bring healing light to old wounds. So it might be pushing. Sometimes when we try to achieve something as well, things happen that pushes on our issues from the past. So it might be pushing on self-value, self-worth, um, all sorts of different elements like that. But you need to forgive yourself as you go through the bumpy ride of trying to make maybe your dreams come true, or trying to achieve something, or trying to put a project into play. You've been curious, you've been positive, you've gone for it with the notion that it's going to give you everything that you want in life, that it's going to have financial abundance, and you've had to make all sorts of different decisions to get to this place, and you've maybe gone through issues with other people to get to this place, and maybe it's not coming along quite as fast as you want or as much as you want, and you need to forgive yourself for that, Foxglove friends, because it's all part of the process. Let me get you some advice. So, Spirit, please can we have some advice for pile 2, please? Oops. Use your imagination and you'll see the answer. So these are the Archangel Michael cards by Doreen Virtue, and you can say a prayer to Archangel Michael if you like, and it says, "Dear God, thank you for granting me the wisdom and creativity to see your miracles in new and unexpected ways. I gratefully and gracefully accept and appreciate your help in this situation." So you can put more information about what the situation is. So I think part of this is to actually ask for help if you need it, whether you want to pray or ask your ancestors or ask people around you for help and insights if that feels like the right thing to do for you. I think the other thing is to be really open-minded about what is going on, because as these storm fields appear, as you go through bumps in the road with this experience, it's taking you further along the journey of your soul. So just as it says with this card about taking the journey of the shaman and being able to delve into the shadows and those difficult feelings that are coming up for you, being able to actually acknowledge them and go into them and honour them rather than running and hiding from them, you will progress at a soul level. You'll become wiser, stronger. And as much as we want things to be a smooth journey, it just doesn't seem to happen like that. In all honesty, Foxglove friends, it just doesn't seem to happen that things go super duper smoothly at all times. I think they'll go in a certain way, but then you kind of get pushed to deal with certain things so that you can grow and learn, and maybe to ensure that you are fully committed to what you care about and to making things happen. Let me get you some more advice cards. Oh golly, everything's falling out. Perhaps you're getting advice from everywhere and it's too much. I want to say that first. Love yourself fiercely. Okay, let's pick up some of these. So we've got more spaciousness equals more possibility. I think, don't be afraid to give yourself space. Don't be afraid to take some time out from other people, or to take the time that you need to go through any stormy emotions, just to allow yourself to understand you more. Kindness can produce miracles. Yeah, so keep staying in that Try not to shift into any form of resentment if it's not happening as fast as you want it to, or if it's not coming about quite as quickly as you'd hoped. Live in the present, and I think the thing is not to predict a negative outcome. Live in the present of really recognise where you are now, honestly accept, right, this is where I'm at, this is what's going on. What actions can I put in place now that are going to support me going forward? And then follow your heart over your mind. Okay, so let me just pop that there. And then I want to get, what do I want to get? I want to get one of these for you, Foxglove friends. Spirit, can I have one more card? So this isn't necessarily telling you, yeah, all right then. Yes, it is telling you. This is all about manifesting your dreams, Foxglove friend, which I think we kind of gathered here. Let me see if I can fit that in there for you, so you can see that. And I'm going to actually have a look at the book, because I think you might need to hear what is fully said as part of this without my interpretation alone. So this card is a reassurance from the divine that you're on the right path and on your way to manifesting your lifelong dreams. Despite challenges and adversities, feel the change in the air. What you've been working for is finally within reach. You've never been one who shies away from fear as much as it terrifies you. Every step you've taken out of your comfort zone begins with fear, and yet you've learned to turn that fear into excitement once you're on the other side. Your guides are cheering your progress and encouraging you to give yourself a pat on the back for each step you take, no matter how small. If you feel like you haven't done enough, just look at how far you've come. Though you still have far to go, the lessons and experiences you've picked up along the path will guide you well through your journey. So Yang water invites curiosity with its depth and vastness. Follow that curiosity to open new doors and new adventures. And then the message, so that was the message from heaven, the message from earth. In the spirit of the dragon, now is the time to empower your dreams. Set measurable goals that will guide you to the next steps. Absolutely. And even if there's things that you kind of need to do to support these dreams that you kind of thought, well, I thought it was past that, or that wasn't quite the way I wanted to go, just keep focusing on manifesting that as you go along, because you're on the right path. It doesn't always happen as quickly as you expect it to, Foxglove friend. But the thing is not to be deterred. Bring love and kindness and miracles into this situation and keep shining brightly. Just keep shining. And if you have a low moment, allow yourself to have a low moment. Allow yourself to feel rubbish and upset about it, and then brush it off, shake it off, and then start shining again. And that is the way to achieve and to fill and to complete and to get to your dreams. To just keep going because you're supported by spirit. So have a wonderful rest of your day. If you like this, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you again in another reading, Foxglove friend. Bye bye. Hello, Pal 3. Welcome to today's reading. You have chosen the 5 of Wands, and this is the orange pinwheel mushroom. So, just like this orange pinwheel mushroom, their stalks are really sturdy and strong. And this card is suggesting that even if you're facing conflict, confrontation, criticism, or tension in any sort of way, it's important that you stand strong and that you continue to kind of embrace who you are. Could be sometimes it's like fun competition, so in sports ways and things like that, you know, in like in football games and team sports, and well, any sports really where you're playing against somebody else. There's that, it can be that sort of fun, challenging competition, or maybe just that you're just facing particular challenges in life at the minute. So let's have a look at what's coming up for you and get some more detail. Spirit, please can you advise what does pile 3 need to hear right now? What does pile 3 need to hear right now? Oops. Wow, the Emperor, look at that. Aren't they just the coolest mushrooms ever in the world? They're fly agaric. I'm not a mushroom expert, can I just say, Foxglove friends? So if I pronounced that completely incorrectly, what it might sound like I might have just done, I apologise. Right. Oh, 2 of Cups, that's very lovely as well, look. That's indigo milk cap mushrooms. Oops. 6 of Pentacles, the Prince. So I'm just going to get these out and then we'll have a look at what it's telling us. Oh, there's 2 there. So we've got the Page of Wands, pink burn cap, and we've got like a little snaky thing or something in there. And then we've also got Strength. I'll just get you a couple more. So, interesting. Spark in reverse. Peaks of joy. So, I'd say that this is to do with connections with other people, or a connection with a particular person where there's maybe been a challenge. There could be some neurodiversity involved, so you or the other party could be autistic or ADHD or somewhere on the spectrum in that sort of way. Just take what resonates and leave behind what doesn't. But you've needed a lot of strength to somehow deal with what's going on here, and maybe you've felt like you've had to give a lot without receiving much in between. However, there has been joy received as part of this, so this connection does enable joy. The Emperor element is interesting because maybe you have to be in charge somehow, so maybe you're a parent even, or an employer, or I don't know, just something where the dynamic is that you're maybe the responsible adult in some sort of way, even if the other person is an adult, you know, in relationships of any sorts, with families or with partners or spouses and things like that. Quite often, one of us will be the responsible adult, and that's not always the most fun feeling in the world. It can make us feel a little bit unsexy, if you like, and it can also be a bit of a drain if you've got to keep, you know, being the one who's kind of giving and not feeling like you're receiving in certain ways. There's maybe an element where you've been very focused on trying to sort something out, on trying to resolve a health issue or just an issue within the relationship. The spark in reverse can show that something, maybe these challenges that are happening are actually pouring water on the fire within the relationship. So if it is a romantic relationship, if you keep having to deal with issues or deal with authority issues in some way or another, or if you feel like you're giving too much and you're not getting enough in return, Or likewise, if you're the only one receiving and you're not giving into the relationship as much as you should be, take what resonates and leave behind what doesn't. Maybe you don't know how to engage, or the other person doesn't know how to socially engage with you somehow in the right way, if they're ending up being a little bit of an avoidant attachment style. So if they shut off from their emotions and step away from the relationship somehow, it's kind of stopping your passion. It's stopping how you're. It's pouring water on the spark, basically. But it might be confusing if you have then got elements where you've got joy as well, where you're having a good time as part of this. But this might just be that you need to focus on your joy so that you start to rejuvenate yourself. I want to get some advice cards to see what's going on a bit more so that we can really understand this. So, Spirit, please can we have some advice for pile 3 in this situation? What spark has been put out for them? Okay. So you've got energy healing work. So these are the Archangel Michael cards. So there is a prayer that goes with this. And the prayer is, thank you for sending healing energy to me and through me for my own blessings and for all those around me. Thank you for connecting me to loving and high integrity healers and teachers of energy healing modalities. So you may wish to go and get some healing. If there's a health element involved, you may wish to go and see a medical practitioner. You may wish to go and see somebody who does Reiki, or go for a massage, or do something that's going to allow you to feel more rejuvenated, to bring more joy into your life. Because I feel like there's elements where you might be feeling a bit drained, really, Foxglove friends. Right, I want to get some more advice for you so that we can really see a bit more about what's going on here. So I think the general advice around this scenario is that you very much need to take a bit of time to find your joy, to put you first, to spend time healing yourself, because it might have been a difficult time you've just been through, a challenging time. Be present with things that arise. Okay, so that's very much about being in the moment and being grounded and taking one step at a time rather than looking back or looking forward too much, and actually addressing things in the moment. So if something has happened that is not right, being able to say so then and there, so that you can then let go of it and move on, so that you're not having to harbour resentment or frustration, and also feeling empowered to say, well, this isn't okay. Love yourself fiercely. Know that you matter. You matter just as much as anybody else, and even if they can't see that, that's not your problem. That's for them to deal with. You can only, so as adults, you can only be truly responsible for yourself. Sometimes we try to support other people who are adults and they want to talk to us about things and they want to kind of offload maybe in some sort of way, or we're trying to support them when we can see that they've got the potential to be more. Let's say that only you can be responsible for yourself, just like only they can be responsible for themselves, and they are responsible for themselves and their actions. I think the thing is here with kind of green lights and red flags, if something looks like a red flag, or if something is done that is upsetting to you and uncomfortable and you don't like and it doesn't align with your values, then acknowledge that. accept it and go, actually, this isn't okay. It doesn't mean if you've got a nervous attachment style and you're afraid of abandonment, or you're afraid of losing the love of the other person, or if you feel this, just take what resonates and leave behind what doesn't, but if you feel like it might really negatively impact by saying this isn't okay and this is I'm not happy about this, as mature adults, as all of us are mature adults, we should be able to say, this doesn't tie in with what I think is okay. I'd like it to be different, or let's come up with a solution. You know what I mean? Why am I saying all that? I've lost my way. Don't know. Just take that if it resonates. I'm just putting that out there. Sometimes our best choice is observation. Okay, so this is saying observe, don't absorb. Often somebody will really, really reveal how they truly feel about us by their actions or their lack of actions in certain ways. But also, if you kind of take a higher perspective to understand with compassion what you're experiencing, but also what they're experiencing, then sometimes you realise that sometimes you kind of go, well, okay, I get where they're coming from, but at the same time, that isn't okay for me. And given that you need to love yourself fiercely, that needs to be considered as part of this, Foxglove friend. How are you mattering in this? Kindness can produce miracles. Yeah, so, yeah, continue to act in a kind way. You don't need to be too harsh or aggressive in your approach to what's going on. Spirit, please can I have one more card, please? Experience the greatest love. Oh, wow. Let me have a look at what they... Oh, no, let me put that down there if it'll fit. I'm just going to have a little look in the book to get the full reading of that, because that's really, really beautiful. So, it says metal is the element associated with the planet of Venus. As a symbol of goddess energy, Venus is beautiful, enchanting and powerful. She knows when it's time to turn on the charm and when it's time to replenish and heal. The deeply spiritual, patient ox, a yin earth sign associated with Mother Earth, is always in tune with what her body needs. Hidden yin metal in the ox inspires us to shine our best, while hidden yin water reminds us there is more wisdom when we look deeper within. In the beloved Chinese folktale The Cowherd and the Weaver Girl, cosmic fairy Xinu comes down to earth and marries a cowherd, Niulang. When the goddess of heaven separates her from her lover, heartbroken Xinu becomes the star Vega, one of the most significant stars in Taoism, while Niulang transforms into the star Altair on the other side of the Milky Way. Their great love is celebrated once a year on the 7th day of the 7th lunar month, when both stars are finally together for one night, high in the night sky. The tale serves as a reminder that love is the most powerful force, and cultivating it starts from within. So, honour the beauty that you see in the mirror, and also take time to nurture your spirit with self-love and self-care to cultivate these hidden gems. Well, it certainly is a love story, that is, isn't it? I think that what we've got here is that it's clear that what you're inquiring about is giving both positive and more challenging experiences. Sorry, I said oops because I nudged Luna in a way I didn't mean to then. Yeah, I think it's clear to see that this isn't necessarily the easiest path, but there is great love between these two people, whether this is romantic or whether it is, a friendship or a family relationship, whatever it is. It's important to have plenty of self-love within this situation so that you are setting clear and honest boundaries. Try not to react too much, just absorb what is actually going on and be kind and compassionate not only to yourself but to the other person as well. And be in the moment. Try not to dwell on what has happened in the past and try not to panic about what you think the future is going to be in this relationship, because that quite often happens. If we can see challenges arising, we can start to go, oh my goodness, are we going to break up? And that can catastrophize what is actually going on. Just for now, and I say breakup, obviously I'm talking about romantic relationships there, but you can have a friendship breakup as well. I've had friendship breakups that have been really upsetting, or even where you think you're not going to speak to a family member. Again, try to stay in the very moment, tackle things if you need to as they come up, but most of all, observe what is happening. Um, you know, trying to, sorry, I had a phone call come through then. Just observe what's going on so you can really understand from a compassionate point of view what is good for you, what is happening, and what is going on. I hope that helps, Foxglove friends. Have a very lovely rest of your day. Take care and thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe if you do like it. Bye bye.